Okay, here's a quick disclaimer before we get started. In this video, I show you some foam products and the website through which I'm currently buying my foam and padding supplies. This is not an endorsement for those products, or to suggest you should be using them, and I'm not being compensated to endorse them either. I'm simply showing you examples of the products I use. You can purchase your foam and supplies anywhere you like. Okay, so you've got your foam size, density, and firmness selected, and you're using an HR foam where needed. We're almost ready to order. The last thing we need to do is determine if we need to add a topper or Dacron wrap to our foam. Do that by looking at what the manufacturer used in your furniture if you're doing this yourself. Is there a pillow top compartment on top of the seat cushion? If so, remove it and take a look. Oftentimes it's a thin piece of foam wrapped with Dacron, and you'll want to replicate that thickness and wrap. Keep in mind that the pillow top foam density is typically lower than the main seat cushion foam underneath it to give you that soft pillow top feel if that's what you want. So if that's what you're shooting for, use a lower density foam on top and wrap it with Dacron. Sometimes the manufacturers glue together different layers of foam on a seat cushion, for example. There may be a top layer that's softer to give you a pillow top feel when there's no pillow top. If you use this method, keep in mind that you'll want to put that layer on the bottom as well if your seat cushions can be turned upside down. And by the way, rotating and flipping loose seat cushions will allow them to wear more evenly, whether they're on a sofa, love seat, or chair. So you can replicate that foam sandwich by buying different foams and gluing them together using foam adhesives like this. Use these spray adhesives in well-ventilated area and follow the directions on the can. But if you don't want to go to all that time and trouble, just use one piece of good quality HR foam with a firmness rating that will be comfortable for you. Then wrap it with Dacron to give the cushion a nice rounded shape and add a little softness to the feel. I also use the foam adhesive spray to attach the Dacron to prevent it from bunching up over time. And again, take note on how the manufacturer installed their foam. On sofas and chairs with loose seat cushions, you'll often find a Dacron wrap around the original foam that was used. But even if there was no Dacron, you can always add a layer to your replacement foam, which I often do with manufacturer foam replacements. I'll add my own layer of Dacron. I usually recommend ordering furniture replacement parts from the manufacturer or one of their dealers. But when it comes to foam, that can be problematic. As pointed out in the video, The Lazy Boy Seat Poly Problem, sometimes the original foam in new furniture, especially the seat, does not last very long. And that makes using replacement foam from the same source a bad idea because it's not likely to be better quality. However, there is one exception to that rule. On rare occasions, a company may offer a higher density option for replacement foam. So be sure to check into that when considering your options, because new seat foam from the manufacturer will be pre-cut to fit and ready to install. But when the manufacturer foam is not of sufficient quality, you'll need to consider other options. You can order from a foam or upholstery supplier online, or if you have an upholstery shop in your area, that's another option. An experienced shop will have some different densities in stock, and you can pick their brain as to how long those foams last and which densities they use in various furniture applications. They should also have some samples for you to check out. And they can price installing the padding for you as well. So if you have loose cushions that you want to restuff, take them with you. You might find there is little or no difference in the price between buying everything you need from them to just having them restuff the cushions for you. For those of you who are going to order from a supplier and do it yourself, here are a few tips to keep in mind. Density and firmness ratings are not always listed by sellers. Here's a foam listing on my supplier's website. You can see there's no mention of a density or firmness rating, and that's because many people who purchase and install foam are not necessarily well versed on these ratings. Or perhaps like me, they've been using the same foam for years and know what they're getting in terms of quality and life expectancy. So to get the density and ILD firmness ratings, just ask. The prices listed for foam, upholstery, and supplies is often retail, such as this $162.40 shown here. I pay the wholesale price for products from this supplier, which is at a 50% discount. It never hurts to ask about pricing to see if you can get the same rate that repair shops get if you're buying from a supplier online. It's a given that these suppliers will ship your order immediately. You'll get it fast. I generally get mine from this Michigan supplier the next day, and that means higher shipping charges. So if you want to save some money on shipping, be sure to ask about their shipping options when completing your order. As you can see, there's a lot to know when it comes to ordering the right replacement foam for your furniture. And depending on how much padding you're refreshing or replacing, it can be a bit pricey as well. And that's why it's important to buy good quality foam so you won't be replacing it again for quite some time. So refer back to this video as needed to make sure you understand the basics regarding density and firmness before you buy foam. And remember, if you're lucky enough to get good quality foam from your furniture manufacturer or one of their dealers, that's usually the best way to go, because that foam will be cut to the proper size and shape and ready to install. And the rule of thumb regarding the quality of that original foam in your furniture is this: if you're happy with how long that foam lasted, it should be safe to order replacement foam from the same company. As a general rule, the replacement foam should be of similar quality and therefore should have a similar lifespan. Obviously, should is the key word here. If you happen to know the density of the original seat foam in your furniture, you can always check with the manufacturer to find out the density of the replacement cushions. That way you can compare the two and know exactly what you're getting. This is where the density and firmness rating numbers can help to take the guesswork out of the process, whether you're buying new foam or new furniture. And speaking of new furniture, be sure to check the specs on the foam there as well. It will give you a better idea of the quality you're getting and how long it will last, or not last.